For nearly 18 years, 4 women lived in fear that the man who attacked and sexually assaulted them was still walking free. But last week, that man pleaded guilty.
It's one of 3 cold case felonies that have been solved in Washington since March. New at 6, Emily Bloom explains how forensic genetic genealogy is cracking the code on these cases. Emily.
Yeah, this is all part of Attorney General Bob Ferguson's Sexual Assault Kit initiative. He dedicated over $290,000 to help local law enforcement agencies solve cold case felonies with sexual motivation. Before getting through half of those funds, they've solved 3 statewide cold cases and 20 are under investigation.
2003 violent rape of a 17-year-old in McLeary, Washington, a 1995 murder in Kitsap County, and 5 attacks in Pullman that were cold cases for nearly 2 decades. All they needed was technology to catch up with them.
I don't think it would have been solved without the forensic genetic genealogy. Mr. Downing did not live in the area. He had only been working there briefly at the time, back in 2003 and 2004. Without the genealogy lead, don't know how we would have ever come across him.
DNA profiles from sexual assault kits were uploaded into the national database with no match to a suspect. Then, a new approach. Match the DNA with profiles in public genealogy sites.
Genealogy research narrowed it down to 2 brothers in the Spokane area.
Based on suspect descriptions and research that indicated the construction company Kenneth Downing was working for at the time had projects in Pullman, they were able to narrow it down to him. Then, DNA met traditional police work.
We asked for assistance from the Spokane Police Department Special Investigations Unit, who initiated a surveillance on Mr. Downing and ultimately followed him to a restaurant in Spokane where they were able to obtain some items that Mr. Downing touched, and through that DNA, we received a match on Mr. Downing.
On Friday, Downing pleaded guilty, ending an 18-year mystery and giving hope for other unsolved crimes.
I think we have delivered exceedingly well on those grant funds, on getting the backlog of sexual assault kits, getting those tested, and now with this portion of our grants, obviously today, with the results speak for themselves.
So the question now is, do you have to worry about family members getting arrested if you did a genetic test on 23andMe? The answer is no. Most of these companies won't give access to police without a search warrant, and you can opt out when you send in your saliva sample for a test. The state still has significant resources available for local law enforcement agencies to work on existing cold cases, giving hope to sexual assault victims that no matter how cold their cases may be, it's possible they'll still be solved in the future. Reporting in studio, Emily Bloom, 4 News Now.